Yeah, Vanessa Smilez said the Richard. Yeah.
The Smilez69 Network show was filmed in front of a live studio audience. Hey, and we're back. Sitting here with the lovely Mimi the Influence. How are you today, hon?
I'm great, my love. Happy to be here.
It's good to have you here. So, I really wanted to have this conversation about logical love because I'm trying to figure out the place that it exists in today's day and time. The difference between how people used to love each other before and now what's happening now. Honestly, I feel like with the dating apps, with people sending DMs or sliding into DMs, let me be appropriate. You have to slide into somebody's DM. You can't walk in there, you can't run, you have to slide. But that between having a Netflix and chill sessions, people being on Bumble, I'm wondering like what's the best type of dating preference that makes sense. But when it comes to logical love, what does logical love mean to you, and what really comes to mind when you hear that term?
When I hear logical love, it sounds like intentional love, love with intentions, love with a purpose. Which it should always be like that. It should never just be we're just filling this out or we're going with the flow. It should always be this is intentional.
Yes.
What I'm doing, So that's what that means to me.
Yeah, that pretty much gives me the reason when someone asks me for my number, I say why. Why do you want my number?
Right.
What are you asking me for my number?
Absolutely.
What are you going to do with it?
Absolutely. I agree.
So that's one of the things that for me sometimes, and maybe good or bad, but sometimes I think about all of like the great images that we've seen on TV. Like so for me, my favorite TV love is the love that I seen on the Cosby Show. I think that it was beautiful how she catered to her husband. She supported him, even when he had his little slide jokes and stuff like that. She actually had jokes as well. So it's just, the charisma of how she operated with her husband and still was able to, kick it to him at the same time and let him know what was right and what was wrong. What would be the epitome of TV love for you that you could resonate with in today's day and age?
So I feel like the Cosby Show, I love the Cosby Show. I'm a huge fan still. But I feel like even though that love was great and that would be the epitome, I don't feel like it's realistic in this day and age. I feel like there was a time for that love, and I feel like we've come so far past that it's not even realistic to have that healthy of a relationship, which is sad to say, but it's true.
Yes.
So my TV love was always, because I grew up in the 90s, was always Martin and Gina, because I love that they were themselves with each other. They were playful. They supported each other, but they went through their stuff, but they always found a way back to each other, and that's something that I always love.
Yes, and you know what? I feel like that actually is probably a good way of how maybe the people of today should approach these things, because there's so many things that get thrown into relationships now that some people didn't have to deal with before. Now a couple can be sitting in the bed, somebody gets a DM. In the 1950s, there was no such thing as a DM, so there was no there was no argument when it came to that. So I feel like we might have a lot of little outside factors that can affect even also how we love each other.
Right.
I was in a situation where I had given someone my number and then they asked me for my Instagram. I was confused because I said, you have
my number. You have my direct contact.
And then shout out to my cousin. She had to put me up on game that's what the kids are doing these days. They're asking for DMs. So I'm trying to be with the times. I'm trying my best. I'm not. I'm not. I'm like, I want to be with the times, but I'm like, I want the times, but I want them to mature with the times. Because I can give you the DM, but we still have to go out on a date. We still have to get to know each other. All of those things. Now, when it comes to courting and taking the time to get to know someone, what do you think is the appropriate time to date someone before someone should get physical? Like, what do you think that looks like?
Like a time
for today?
Frame?
Yeah.
For today?
Yes.
Ooh.
Because they say logically, right? Because Steve Harvey has his 90-day rule, and then there's the one-night stand situation. So for me, I start to look at there's other people who even say 8 weeks or 10 weeks and those sorts of things. So I start to look at each situation by the person, by the experience, but it's honestly for me, I look at how things happen in like a monthly time frame. Okay. So for me, I'm thinking like 3 weeks, that should be a good enough time. But if you are an asshole all 3 dates, excuse my French, if you are that type of person all 3 dates, that makes a big difference. That really shows me whether you can move forward.
But also, it's like, okay, what if I do say a month, but what if I only seen you twice this month?
Yeah,
you get me.
That's
so
a different kind of month.
That's not really. I don't know you enough still. Like
that's a different type of month.
You're a stranger still, so it's kind of like it's hard for me to. I feel like every situation should be handled accordingly. So if we are dating for a month and we've been spending time together and we speak consistently and we're actually getting to know each other, and say we do have sex or become physical within that month, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't feel
Based on
bad.
what led up
Right.
to, yeah.
Right. That's why.
Yeah, I'm all for the first base, second base.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to go to all of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bases before you hit home.
Yeah, absolutely.
before you
Absolutely.
hit home. Now, honestly, I live in New York City. You live in New York City as well. What is the difference between the love that exists in Brooklyn versus the love that exists in Manhattan? Because I always think about Manhattan love being nice and shiny. Y'all got the tri-state,
Yeah.
dudes like to dress up and stuff like that. So
42nd Street. Or what? Bright lights.
thank you, bright lights, city lights, So I think about the love being flashy in
Yeah.
Manhattan, because anytime I've ever encountered anything with a Harlem dude, quote unquote, to say the flash was there. Now, what came after the flash, you gotta
See, that's the
that's
part for me.
that's the issue.
part for me.
But what about yourself? What do you think is the difference between love and the
Um,
different boroughs, rather?
Well, like you said, aside from like the whole flashy thing with Manhattan and Brooklyn, I'm always gonna choose Brooklyn love because I love Brooklyn. And Brooklyn loves me. Like,
Yes, we do.
but-
We always have.
They
Yes.
do. I get so much love in Brooklyn, but the reason why I love Brooklyn love is because it's aggressive. It's straight to the point. It's like I'm rocking with you and I'm rocking with you. That's it. Like if I'm not, I'm not. It's no, it's no mixy or in between type of thing. It's like,
Absolutely.
yo, this is, it's my girl. This is,
This is what it
like,
is.
This is what it is.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Yeah.
More people need to be like that.
Absolutely. It's the love that I get walking down the street, be like, hey, yo, ma.
Right. Right. Like
You looking good.
yeah, some dude told me the other day, was like, yo, your hair's laid. I'm like,
I'm like,
love
I
that.
did you appreciate that?
I appreciated that. Like, it's different coming from a dude. It's like, yo, you really saw that?
Yes, give it up for the
You
people
noticed
giving
that,
out compliments in New York City. Oh my God.
You know
I'm here for the compliments in New York City. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they can call it different names, but I love compliments. I
love it.
truly love
I love
compliments.
it.
Now, when it comes to pop culture and the representations that we have of love in today's society, most people don't. Some people see them as logical. Some people don't see them as logical. Now, after you get to a certain point in life when it comes to finances or growing in business, they say a lot of people who look up to you, they expect you to make different decisions. Now, for me, one example in pop culture that I have of an illogical love decision was someone who I do enjoy their music, when I have a ratchet night or whatnot, what they call it. Sexy Red was posted up, not her tape. I wanted to talk about what happened before the tape. She was posted up in bed with the guy with an ankle monitor on. Now, her being, I don't know if she's a multimillionaire yet. I don't want to say that.
Right.
But her being where she is now and growing in her career and stuff like that, do you think it's a logical move to date someone with an ankle monitor?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. And that may be judgmental.
No,
but
I'm with you 100% on that, because what I kept thinking about is, how is she not getting scratched in the bed by the ankle monitor? Like, don't that hurt? Like, that looks like that's... Now, I don't judge anybody who's done their time and lived their life, but I need the ankle monitor off by the time you come see me.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to get rid of that. Do your time. Do what you gotta do. Come see me when it's over.
Yeah, I would have to agree, because the way she put it up, she was gloating about it in a sense, and I get concerned, because I wonder if young girls grow up and they start to think that this is the way to... What kind of impression do you think that can make on younger women?
I think it can make a huge impression, but what I do always take into account is you got to really think about this girl as, forget the celebrity.
Right.
And forget all of that.
What's being represented.
Let's just get down to who she is as a person, what she's shown us. You know what I'm saying? I don't really expect more than that from her.
You know what? I wasn't surprised either. I was just like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm not even going to lie. When I seen it, I said to myself, she's actually showing it. Because I knew it existed. I knew it existed.
Of course.
But even when it comes to other situations, like, prime example, I look also at the situation with Jade and Alexis and Krishan. It's been a back and forth between these people. And now, I was on TikTok, spent some time on TikTok. It'll take you a lot of different places.
Yeah.
But on TikTok now, Jade and Alexis' new song is going viral, a song written by Blueface. and a lot of people are making messages saying like they're hiding listening to her song because they want to still stay dedicated to Krishan. Yeah. So do you have a choice? Are you on any team? Are you
Absolutely
on Blueface's
not.
team, Krishan?
Nope. I'm sorry.
Nobody's
No.
team.
No. I
my
refuse. I refuse.
Oh my God. And I said to myself, I don't know which team to choose because at this point I'm on Blueface's side because he now.
Interesting.
I'm on Blueface's side because he has managed to, have two women. Obviously, they do have some discord between each other, but he seems like he's winning. Jaden Alexis makes a hit song, he can be there, and if Krishan makes a hit song, he can show up and be there. Like I don't see the issue for him rather, but I just worry about the mental state of women because there are a lot of younger women who look up to these women.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they think that these things are okay. Do you think that women are looking at this and they're saying like, yeah, I'm going to go back to that dude who didn't mean me no well? Or do you think that these situations are like learning lessons for women and be like, hey, I'm going to stay away from that? Or what do you think about that?
It depends. Are we speaking about women? Are we speaking about young girls?
I honestly, women, young girls, honestly,
Yeah.
because most older women or women with knowledge, we can see.
Like,
We've seen blue. I've seen a blue face before, so
Yeah,
I'm like, and I ain't talking about the hunting note, but I see a dude like, and when I see the blue faces, I run the other way. I'm like, oh, I see A, B, and C.
Yes.
All right, let me go.
Yes.
It's
It's only but so many red flags I can take.
Yes.
Ooh. And he got a lot of them. Yeah.
He's been adding up his red flags throughout the years, 100%.
The first red flag for me with Blueface was the way I saw him talk to his mother.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I had seen that conversation on reality.
I seen the mother's conversation on her little lives and stuff like that.
And
so yes,
it was them both the way they spoke to each other. But it was just like, bro, if he don't have no respect for his mother, what is he gonna do with any other female? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't surprised at what happened with him and Krishan.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised.
It really truly shows. And honestly, even Krishan, she talks about being raised in a group of family, a lot of family members. And sometimes when you have a lot of family members, you can see love from multiple perspectives, but you can also internalize how people love people in different ways.
Right.
Some people think love is by being hit. Some people think love is by someone providing finances.
Right.
Everyone has their own, initiation of how they operate within love. But one thing I also wanted to get to before we get to the audience is to really figure out from you, what's your best advice for people now? Like, should they be going to Netflix? Should they be going on dates? Like, what's the number one thing that people who are trying to date and get to know somebody, what should be like some of their first steps if they're trying to get out of that shell and pursue a logical relationship with somebody?
I always feel like if you're dating, actively dating, your intention should always be, let me learn this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn somebody. Take the time out to learn somebody, and you can't do that if you're dating multiple people. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But,
one person, and it could be a lot.
One person is a lot. That's a lot of energy for me. So to date multiple people is kind of, absurd. But I know people who do it. But I feel like regardless, the intention should always be, let me learn this person, because you might look good. You might dress very well. You might have everything else, but there might be some past trauma or something that you're dealing with and you're projecting it on me. Yeah. Now I can't deal with it. Now we 6 months in and I'm stressed.
Yeah. And now we game banging on bacon because you still thinking about things that happened years ago. Yes.
So it's like, learn this person. And that doesn't mean that you got to lay with the person.
Yes.
Learn them before you lay with them. Can we do that?
Yes. Yes.
Can we do that?
Oh, yes. Learn before we're laying. Learn before we're laying.
I'm here for that.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to get ready to take a quick break. We're going to get some commentary from the audience, and we'll be back in just a moment. Yay. Hey, what's going on? This is your girl, Vanessa Smilez, and we are live on the Smilez69 Network show. Absolutely. And I'm here with my lovely madre, Miss Diane, here to talk with us about logical love. Now, Ma, I have a question. What is the most familiar or the TV show that represents the love that you appreciate the most, and why?
The Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show, too? Oh, that was my choice as well. Why is the Cosby Show one of the greatest examples of love for you? What is it about you? What was it about the Cosby Show and the relationship between Bill Cosby and his wife that you like so much?
they show love for each other and respect one another at the end of the day.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Give her a round of applause, y'all. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're going to get some more audience members up. I would love to have you up here. I got some questions to ask you because you've already dropped some jewels on me already. You dropped some jewels on me at my mama house in the backyard at the barbecue. And I got a couple of questions for you, right? Let's try to get over here so we can get right in frame, right? So you can pick or choose to answer one or all three of them. It's up to you. Your favorite example of TV love, or an example of what you've seen on TV, whether you would choose Netflix or chill sessions, and the last question would be the girl that shows the best example of love for you. So where do you want to start at? Let's start with the TV love, right? Best example of TV love that you think is
Number one is Cosby's.
Cosby Show. Let's give it up for the Cosby Show, all right? Now, what is it that stood out to you so much about the love between Bill Cosby and his wife on that show?
The humor, the diplomacy, like the way they correlated their relationship together, the way they dealt with family situations. You know, so it was very strong and positive. So, it just, like when you have a relationship, when you can, come together and deal with family issues in a way that not only allow you to communicate well, but also allow you to deal with the situation well. And it could be humorous. It could be, sometimes it could be a little crazy, but not off the chart.
Right.
And it comes around to where it's healthy and it's productive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Healthy and productive is absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all give him a round of applause, please. Absolutely. Now, I have a little bit more that I need to ask from you before you head on out. Now, as far as for the younger people trying to navigate their way in life when it comes to navigating their way in love, do you think that they should be ready more to do a Netflix and chill session, or should they be sliding into people's DMs? What do you think about that?
What is a Netflix and chill? Am I too old? I mean, what? Is it just sit back, watch Netflix and chill?
Yeah, I guess because Netflix and chills when they ask the other person to come to the other person's house and they're supposed to be watching a movie, but no one ever ends up watching the movie. So it's So if a young girl wants to, find her husband or what, should she be just waiting for somebody to contact her online? And if somebody asks her to Netflix and chill, is that something she should entertain, or should she shy away from that? What do you think?
I don't think it's a cookie cutter box with relationships, because people are different. It can be a little more complex than that, because you have one person, like we always say a saying where what's a mountain to one person is a molehill to another. So everybody has levels where they are. Yeah. One thing is with relationship is the compatibility, or what they would say in a biblical sense too, or what some people would refer to as equally yoked.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, people are different because we're more complex than just, trying to put a picture and say, all right, well, you do it this way or you do it that way, because it may work that way for you, but it may not work that way for me. Absolutely. It depends on the individual I'm with and where they are in their life, the levels that we're on. So, for one person, come into that Netflix chill session may be all right. It depends on the individual you're chilling with. If that individual intentions is well, if that individual is sound, if he's good, right, then it can work, because you got some kids or some gentlemen that are raised well or that has that good intention. Absolutely. Just like women, it's no different, on variable degrees. The other thing is that where it's like getting in my DM or getting a number, again, it depends on the individual and where you at in your life, But anytime you come into a relationship, what's going to make it real good, I think, is depend on how good you are with yourself. How you have dealt with your own self in your own life, the different insecurities, the different things that you go through. If you're sound, you're ever able to bring soundness to your relationship.
Soundness is important.
Yeah.
Soundness brings clarity. I appreciate that. Last question before you get on out of here. The girl that shows love in the best way.
And Brooklyn, because we keep it real, I mean, I'm from Brooklyn, also, but they say it's not where you're from, it's where you at. I represent Staten Island, I represent all the boroughs because I'm all over. But the reason why I say Brooklyn is a little more raw and more real. More straightforward a lot of time, And we always look at Queens as more chill,
Queens
laid
get the
back.
money, now.
Get the money. Manhattan, of course they about the paper and they also like to look good. So it's different, variables of it. But I mean, because I was raised in Brooklyn, and when I communicate with a lady, I like to keep it real. Brooklyn.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate you, cousin. Thank you so much for coming out.
I appreciate you too.
Oh my
Thank you,
God.
man.
Spread
All
love,
right.
spread love, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. And we are getting ready to sign it. I appreciate everyone for coming in. I appreciate the production staff. I appreciate Brick, for allowing me to be here. This is your girl, Vanessa Smilez, and we are signing out. We will be back again here very, very soon. Lady, y'all. Bye. Make sure you catch the audio version of the Smilez69 Network show on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. Enjoy. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel for full visuals of the Smilez69 Network show. And don't be shy. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Get up, get motivated, and inspired with video segments from Moments with Mimi on YouTube with Mimi the Influence. And make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.